Hello, everyone. Welcome to Siyakhuluma podcast. It's Nico here, and I'm so excited to be here today because it's been a month. It's been a month. I know. It's been a while since I've done an episode. It's been a month. But today I'm just going to start with I'm happy and I'm happy to be here as well, and I hope everybody's doing great. We all understand the world is going through a lot in the moment, but we are doing well. We're there. We have to find a way how to manage. You know what I mean? But it's not easy nowadays, especially when it comes. This podcast was set up by us as refugees. I live in asylum seekers myself, and of course, I got support with other people and other groups and communities as well. So it's not always by myself. So when I talk about podcast as a creator, I'm also including the people who are behind this whole thing when it started. So I don't take the credit for myself. So it is you cannot believe in a big castle by your own. You have to have people around you. So that's what I'm saying. If you're there listening, thank you. So today, yes, I think I always use this word. I think, I think it's not good for starting when you start a conversation or anything you do. You don't need to say I think because you're already thinking. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm still learning English because I'm doing a course now in Glasgow University. Community development. I'm learning a lot. I'm starting to get to understand the difference between academic and people in general, and so we learn how to write and stuff. I'm not going to talk about this right now, but I'm just going to update you on the podcast. Now, the podcast is doing well, actually. The numbers are growing. The numbers of people listening are growing. The numbers are growing. And yeah, I'm happy with that because people really they can see the need of the podcast. I fully understand that people are busy nowadays. Not everybody's got the time to listen to the podcast, but when they got time, they do it, which is a great. That's a great thing to do it. And I'm gonna try to start actually creating topics that engage with the audience. People can actually get involved, ask questions, and also talk about something. Like I'm thinking to start. Not I'm thinking it's already on plan. I'm going to start training our other communities how to actually create podcasts from scratch to the finish to the approaches their own in their own voices as well on their topic. And yeah, so I've got three people signing already. So at the first meeting this weekend on Zoom, looks like everybody's interested and it's going to work out. And it's also, I'm going to do my placement for the uni. It's always focused on the community. What can I do for the community? How can I work with the groups in the community? But I come up, I think that the community's voices need to be heard. The other way to their voices to be heard is to connect on the podcast. And people, they think it's a good idea. So I thought, why not? We're going to do that. So yeah, I think that's the update I have. It's very positive thing to do. And I think personally, I know the podcast, there's a big competition out there. There's lots of, everyone can now can do whatever. But if you're focusing to bring communities together and as well to find the needs and people share what they want in the community, because in this situation where we are now, the communities are divided by politics and so many groups of people around the communities, they come up with their own agenda and their own ideas how to divide people. But we're going to try not to listen to those kind of people. So we're going to create something that it brings people together and it also encourages to work as a community. I mean, because a community means like people getting together actually with the same need, the same idea, and the same vision what they want in the community. Like I'll tell you a story. Like this is really nice story. Last week, my friend she texted me like, "Oniko, um, how's your time this week?" Or like, "I'm good." She said Thursday is a community meal. Community meal. If you wanna come, let's go. Can get some food. Like yeah, well, why not? She sent me the menu. I look at it, very nice. Vegetarian, vegan doesn't matter to me. I eat food anyway. So I was not expecting that be huge, nice And the group, I call them community groups in Glasgow nowadays. They're really doing fantastic job. Come up with these hot meals or pay what you can. So imagine if I got 5 pence and I'm really starved, I never eaten for days. I can donate that 5p. You know what I mean? I'm eating. Just make an example. So it's really, 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 really nice. So I went there and where I was, I think where I maybe early before the meal. The guy was, I don't know if I was reading a book or a poem, but I was really people paying attention, listening. Because we were sitting in the back, I couldn't hear what he was reading, but you can tell people were engaging with him. So it's a really nice place to be. And it runs by volunteers, you know. So the food was amazing. Honestly, it was really nice. Great, great, great. Desserts as well. So everything and people talking, everyone was very friendly. So I was really, really intrigued about that. Like this is what I always want to see, and as well, it does resonate with my course. My course, community development, means I have to visit so many communities as well, find out how things work, to understand communities. You need to be part of the community. So that day on Thursday was really good. I ended up talking. They've got a bike shop next door where they fix bikes as well. So I ended up talking to someone who fixed the bikes. Oh, she's so lovely as well, and was like, "Bring your bike, because my bike is broken. So bring it, bring it. I'm not gonna fix it now, but in 2 weeks' time, when I got time, I'll bring it back. Just bring it. Can see what we can do." I was like, "Oh, thank you so much," because nowadays to take a bike to the bike shop, it's like taking a BMW to a aircraft. It's just very, very expensive. You know, like we're living in the world of ripping off nowadays. Wherever I go, anyone just put the price they want, and But there's good people. I mean, to say there's some communities that they're doing that. So it's not only. By the way, the chef that on Thursday was there is someone already know doing the same thing in the other side of the community of Glasgow in West End. Very nice guy, Chef David, I think yes. So in Woodlands Community Garden in Glasgow, they do Sunday free lunch as well. So I know these kind of places I always go around. I'm a member volunteer as well. So I think the point I'm saying, guys, like keep look out about the good things the communities are doing in your around your area. Because sometimes if you don't find out how your community live, especially refugees and asylum seekers, I encourage people to get involved in the local community, get in volunteering, get to know people. Because even we are living in the world of division right now, people might say, "Oh, these kind of communities, we don't want them here, or they don't get in here." But believe me or not, I've been volunteering in different projects and stuff that people know me. And I'm not saying everybody has to like me or whatever, but at least I'm part of that circle of getting to know people and work in the community. I think that's what we need right now uh, in this moment. So yeah, that was for me. That was a really good thing on Thursday to find that place. Now I'm gonna go back again, talk to people, part of my placement, and see network. I mean, say networking is very good. So that is that. For me, I think I was gonna talk about the purpose I'm doing this course, community development, because I already done the community development for many years, physically, but not educationally. I mean, say like I volunteered. I've been involved in lots of community work. I'm a board member with maybe 3 different projects, and I'm also One Strong Voice member is based in London. I'm also a community ambassador for NACOM, which is we started doing like a community researching for 2 years. Actually, we've done that. So I've been involved in charities and some organizations. But I want to be honest with you. Sometimes I disagree with other projects and charities how they work. Not like I know it's not like because I'm trying to push the negative narratives, whatever it is. No, sometimes, not sometimes. When there's a need of change, especially if you live the experience, you know this is not going the right way. The way as a lived experience, we know how we suffered in high school. But some things they can tend to be like I don't know how to use the word like focusing on making money more instead of actually helping people. And that is where I stand back. I'm like, no, I can't do this because it is only benefiting for you as a whoever. It's not good for the public. It's not good for the community. It's not good for the service users. It's not good for refugees. It's not good for asylum seekers. It's not good for anyone, but just for you and your colleagues. And that where I'll start saying things. And people get me wrong and then they stop talking to me or give me some work. I don't mind, but the message is going across. I think it's fine. So that is my problem to the community. They don't like someone speaking out, trying to change things. You become an enemy instead of actually. How can we change things if we can't point out? I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I can tell when something is not on the right track. And yeah, I think I'll leave that way. So I don't want to point fingers and cause problems again on this podcast. I'm just saying, if we cannot communicate, we cannot point out things, we cannot educate as well. I also want to learn. I also want to be educated. Maybe I'm wrong all the time. I don't know. But if you don't talk to me about it, so you just what's called there's a word they use. You just use the what's called body language angers or whatever it is. It just yeah. Oh, there's a word they use nowadays. I really don't like it, but they say ghosting. That's that way I'm laughing because imagine you are alive, you're very healthy, and now you have become a ghost to ghost me. You know? Yeah, yeah. Nowadays they ghost you. When they're alive, they're still alive, they ghost you. Imagine that. So it's one of those things that get ghosted nowadays. They don't answer your emails, they don't put your they'll ghost you on WhatsApp groups, they'll ghost you everywhere. It's funny though. Yeah, yeah, that's life. Let's be honest, this kind of behavior, they're not good for management. They're not good for whoever runs the projects or whatever it is. If you can't face the facts or the truth, or you cannot challenge it, how people can grow? Because I think life is about reasoning and challenge it and bring the evidence. And the evidence change the situation. Otherwise, if we don't have, if we don't actually argue about the change or reasoning it, how can we actually change things if we don't have evidence as well? But sometimes it's not always about evidence, deep evidence. It's about simple things like, just show people that we're there for them. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But anyway, I think we're too much about this. Talking about my my experience with projects and charities. Some of them managers and directors they're taking too personal to themselves, and they forget they're there to serve people. I think it's the same like government politics and stuff. That's another thing I always say. How can you fight home office while they're behaving like home office? How can you fight like nowadays? How can you fight a right wing and they're doing the same what the right wing does? I'll give you an example. I know people might fall out with me on this one. In Glasgow, there was some, remember the story about flags and stuff like that. So the right wing put the flags around Glasgow and was really everywhere. And the council, I think, managed to take some out. Then a week after I was in the west end of Glasgow, I seen the left wing, they put their own flags, half Palestinian and half Scottish flags everywhere. They're all over and along Great Western Road. Guys, please don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But you cannot say other people should not put the flags. But as soon the other flags are gone, you're putting yours. So basically, I think the point I'm making is you can never fight ignorance with another ignorant. You know what I mean? So I know that they mean something. Of course, it's solidarity, stuff like that. I understand that. But, I don't know if it makes sense. Like, if I tell the right one, please don't, we don't want to see these flags. They're making people scared, blah, 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 blah. Then, whatever, somehow those flags are taken out. Then you bring yours. That, I mean, that's why I'm stuck. Please help me because I don't understand what's the logic of doing the same thing what the bad people are doing and you think you're the good one and you're doing the same. You know what I mean? I know it's so dirty. They say that it's fine, but it does really make sense. That it doesn't to me. It doesn't. But I understand the logic of it is to raise awareness, other stuff, or supporting those countries who are suffering. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there because I really don't understand how it works. Like, if I tell someone don't do this, it's bad for you, it's bad for the public, and as soon they remove it and then you put yours, it doesn't equal good anyway. It's just the same behavior. I think that's it. And yeah, that's what I thought to share. That's my own opinion. I'm not saying I'm an expert on that, but I get confused when I see that happen. So it's really confusing sometimes. What are we fighting for? Or what do we want? What kind of change do we want if we repeat something that needs to be changed? You know? So I don't know. But yeah, that's why in this podcast we need it's give me an opportunity to actually not only express myself on other people, but an opportunity to speak up a bit and share what is my thoughts and feelings about things around. Because I'm on the good side. I really support countries like Palestine, Sudan, and lots of countries are suffering right now. So I do understand that we need to be ready together to raise awareness and get things look positive, but don't remove negative things and put your own negative towards that. It doesn't equal rights. That's what my problem with that. But I don't have a problem with Palestinian and Scottish flag together. There's no problem with that. But I have a problem or maybe confusion when you put them exactly where the other people took them. They're out. I mean, the right wing took their flags out and you're putting yours. You're repeating the same thing to me. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, let's move on. What is exciting for me? What is exciting is being in the university. I love it. I'm just learning. It's been there 2 months now. And but there's one thing I want to talk about: prizes. Oh my God! When you go to the cafe or rest, or the student food, whatever, they are ripping people off. I'm sorry to use this word, but it is unbelievable. Last week I got what's called breakfast roll, was just a plain bacon and the bread and a cup of coffee. Guess how much was that? £4.50. And the bread is no butter and there's no sauce. You just close it and small and that's it and they bang it to you. £4.50, please. You already ordered. How can you say no? But yeah, I'm sure it's not only me. Many people they already find that area in West End very expensive for students. You know, what I mean, not every student comes from a billionaire, so they need. I think they need. No, that's another thing. They don't need to change anything. We need to change them. We need to come up with the idea as students and address the issue of this food costing. Yeah, cost of living. Cost of living. That's something to say. So we can maybe negotiate with the kitchen, whatever, the catering industry, because it is unbelievable. Like yeah. But then we'll come with the idea. Me and my peer groups in the class, we said, cook your own food, make your own sandwiches, come back, and then you live healthy and then cheaper as well. So there's a solution. Sometimes we can complain about things, but we could also go a solution to just solve it without actually causing problems. Just make my own sandwiches, do my own thing, leave them alone. You know, but again, not everybody has that opportunity to make their sandwich. And as well, it's yeah, I think it's the what's called the we can debate it. I think debating it is very good because it's something that needs to be found out. Maybe they go and tell us why it's so expensive. We don't know. So those are things I notice because this is my problem. Wherever I go, I always pick up, not a fight. I always pick up something that it doesn't really serve people. You know what I mean? Like I just know that this is not right. But some people are not able to speak up. I'll tell you something that really really made me start thinking like this. Like if you want to change something in the community, for example, you need to change something that is in front of you that you can see it. Don't change something you don't see. Do you know what I mean by that? Sometimes you're in the bus stop and the bus is late for 15 minutes. And everybody's going to walk inside the bus quietly on the bus, no asking the driver anything, nothing. But when they see a refugee or asylum seeker, they will start screaming. They will start calling names or whatever, protesting and stuff like that. I was like, hold on. You have a simple problem that can be solved in front of you. Is the bus timetables and the bus services are very poor. And we always standing there for 30 minutes, sometimes 15, 20 minutes, and you say nothing. And these are simple things to change. It's not a big deal. You can just say, you don't have to harass the driver. You don't have to shout at him. You can actually email the company. You can actually talk to the company. You can change that thing simple so you don't have to wait for 30 minutes or 25 minutes for a bus. But you have a guts to actually stand up fighting for someone you don't even know because of the color of the skin, because the way they dress up, because the way they speak, because the way they don't look like it. And you have that energy to actually go for it. But while you got something simple like a bus, timetables, that can be actually beneficial for everybody in the community if everything's on time, nobody's let it work. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah. I didn't come here to complain, guys. I just trying to say that as a community or as people, we can actually work together and change things for better. But if we can't communicate positively, that's why we have a problem. I think the reason why I brought up this is about the situation now the world is going through, the things that are happening around us, the things that we hear, and you know, what I mean, it's not a good situation right now. There's so much hate, and there's so much confusion. There's so much fake news. There's so much things that children are also going through, mental health issues. Technology is driving people negatively. Um, we've got a lot to work on. That's what I mean. But anyway, this podcast was created for this, actually raising awareness and as well open talking, and as well we all share experience and lived experience as well, and as well as understanding each other. But for me, I think in the moment, this from now on this podcast, I'm going to focus on the community development and as well as supporting my cause and as well actually get to and to hear other people's uh, thoughts as well as sharing ideas, as I said. I think it would be good really to get different communities every week, every Saturday, get like 4 guests on the podcast, pick up a topic that is not aggressive, something. We've got a lot to talk about, man. I mean, like, how do you think, how you eat, how you sleep, all that stuff. How do you know this is a good community? What can I do to actually be part of for me, volunteering, pick up the litters on the weekend, rubbish is everywhere nowadays. Just pick them up. Will take 1 hour or two. That's a great job ever. And yeah, just do something. You know what I mean? Socializing is also good. I like going to the community gatherings where there's food, different culture food, different countries, music, and hear people talking languages, language exchange as well. Sometimes even if you ask what that word means, and people ask me, Nico, how do you say hello to your language? I'll tell them. I know that they'll forget in 2 days, but at least they learn something. So we need those kind of gathering. Okay, now we're going to talk about neighborhood. My neighborhood is not that bad. I live in Glasgow, a place called Castle. I know lots of people have so much negative or what's called the past about this place. This place is amazing. It's like I've been here since 2013. Yes, a long time. And maybe few accidents, like not really major thing. People can say things, you know what I mean? But special kids, because they're not all the kids in this area they're bad. You get those. It happens in every nation in the world. You got those kids who are really from the bad family or whatever it is. But a part of that, nothing really. I like this area. It's called a forest. If I really want to take a walk to the hills where there's a nature, it's not big, but it's better than nothing. You can walk and hear some birds and see some deers. It's better than living in the city. where you're going to see people that's suffering with alcohol and drugs. But here you can see animals. That's a big difference. Of course, we don't have big shopping centers. We don't have restaurants. We don't need that much. You know what I mean? So people are really getting all together because the communities are mixed up now. Everybody all around the world. People are getting on very well. But people who lived here before me, this place used to be really, really, really not as safe. I mean, safe. But this is what I always tell people. People change. Things change as well, you know. But if you live in the past, you never move on because there's two things. If you live in the past and fear as well, fear of unknown, you're always going to be like, I'm scared to go outside. I'm scared to meet these people. I'm scared to say this. I'm scared to learn this. I'm scared. You see that scared, fear. That is not a good thinking. Me, I'm a risk taker, and I'm also like people. There's nothing wrong. Like if you go to let's say you go to the community gatherings, then you feel like you're not welcome. You can always leave. You know. Now don't go there. They don't need you. They don't welcome you. It's fine, but at least you showed your face. You know. But again, don't leave too quickly because maybe the person who's giving you that bad look is also new. He doesn't live there. It's just like having an attitude until you find the organizer. Take the organizer. And I'm like, oh, my name is so. I'm here today. What's going on here today? She will tell you what's going on. Blah blah. Then if she's the organizer and then she also give you that look, like they're not welcome, then you have to leave. But please, let me tell you something. Not every community will always gonna not be nice to you. No, it's very rare actually to go to the gatherings and everybody just give you that look. It's also about how you present yourself, how do you introduce yourself. You know what I mean? You're not gonna turn up holding a box of wine and beers, shouting some things and expect a good welcome. No, you need to be respectable, professional, dressed up well. Present yourself like a really, really nice person. Then sometimes it's how we are outside. It just let people to trust us. You know what I mean? So I always try to dress up well and just be nice. And so even they don't welcome you, they don't. I mean, yeah. But at least you feel good for yourself. You know what I mean? So I think the point I'm saying, guys, get involved in the communities, get involved in gatherings until don't try to fit in. Trying to fit in is the most painful thing ever. Because once I see that I'm not welcome, I don't have to wait to be told. You know what I mean? I don't go there again, trying to fit in again and again. No, there's no need for that. There's so many beautiful people around the world and in this place. So we're talking about community gatherings and community groups as well. Like I think I'm gonna close by saying I went to this fantastic place I told you on Thursday, where they serve hot meals, pay what you can, and these kind of spaces they grow in Glasgow, which is a really good thing. I see online there's so many of them coming up. It's really good. I think that's the best way to actually um, get community together and solidarity and activists as well. And because during that meal, there's so much good conversations that are going around the table. And introduce yourself, meet someone there. Someone tells you they're I was talking to guys from Palestine. And I was like, yeah, it's my first time because I never meet someone in person, like really speak with him from Palestine for even was less than 5 minutes. But I was so happy to that at least, yeah, I met someone from Palestine. Not only that, it doesn't matter where you're from, but for me, that was the first time I met someone from Palestine. I think, yeah, it meant something to me, you know, even them. So I think, yeah, we need to start working on how can we live as a good community? How can we, build up something that is really, 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 really positive and people living together as one without any problem. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. It's Nico here, and I'm gonna go now and leave you with www.siyakhulumawtalkpodcast.co.uk. You can go on the website, you can see some more episodes there, or you can follow us on Facebook, Siyakhuluma Talk Podcast. And then you can go in Facebook as well. There's another channel there. Or you can just go to Spotify and Apple and Google. You'll find Siyakhuluma Talk podcast and share it with your friends. And thank you